What's going on, everybody? LK here, and finally, it is the time you have all been waiting for. Sin Kiske has finally been revealed as the second character in the Season 2 pass. So, this is going to be a look at the starter guide that Wink Wink secretly dropped, maybe about legit 10 minutes ago. We're going to go through it. I'm going to first watch it and then share some thoughts. I've been thinking about him for a while. They showed him actually on this stream. So, let's start talking about Sin.
Sin has access to powerful follow-ups after his arsenal of useful special moves. Keep the opponent under pressure with his strong mix-up.
One thing I think is funny is that they showed him getting IB punished in like the beginner's guide. Isn't that kind of funny? Pete.
Special moves. Keep the opponent under pressure.
Cool. Stamina.
It costs stamina to use the follow-ups for certain special moves. These follow-ups cannot be performed with less than 1 bar of stamina. Stamina recovers over time, but be careful, as there is a time frame right after using stamina before it recovers.
Alright, so let's talk about stamina first. So, actually, I have a lot of thoughts about this. So, one is something I learned from Season 1. So, one thing that was a legitimate flaw that Jacko had last patch is that she did not start with full servant meter. She only started with 1 servant meter. Now she starts with full gauge, right? So, it seems that they've learned that generally the characters that want to use this resource and rely on either pushing the resource for offensive situations and combos or neutral situations, it is a big disadvantage for those type of characters to not start with the full bar. So you start with that. So two, he is like Gold Lewis in that he doesn't manage the meter really. Like he doesn't do a move to refill his meter. Like in Exert, for example, you would eat food and that would recover his meter. Where in this game, it comes back passively. And honestly, I think this is a topic for its own video, but one thing about this game that is simpler, like truly a way to make the game easier that people I don't think touch on, is meter management, specifically your resource meter management in particular. A lot of characters have like it just fills up on their own, and usually your main thing for keeping track of it is just how much you use it, not how much you try to get it back. And I think Sin basically falls into this group as well.
Beak Driver. Sin strikes forward with his flag. This move works well as a mid-range poke or in combos due to its excellent range.
It looks smaller than before though. This move was like a meme move in Exert because of like how big it was.
Inputting Heavy Slash again on hit or block performs a powerful follow-up lunge attack.
And I think he also mentioned, and I remember this from the IGN stream, one really important thing we got to think about for Sin 2 is that he is following up, like the classic Sin, I'm saying classic like he's a longtime Guilty Gear character, Exert Sin, he could do special moves and cancel them into other special moves, but Nagoriyuki has that now. So the real question about before Sin came out, before we knew he was coming out, is how are they going to make Sin Kiske not Nago Blanco, you know what I'm saying? And one of the ways they're doing it is by him having these follow-ups, I think. And I think it's pretty important to note that follow-up does not mean different special moves. So he's not going to do like Beak Driver into Hawkbaker or whatever, right? Like he's going to do like whatever into follow-up specifically.
The follow-up covers a lot of space quickly, meaning it can combo even after hitting the opponent with Beak Driver from maximum range.
Uh-oh.
It can combo even after hitting the opponent with Beak Driver from maximum range.
Uh-oh.
Hawkbaker. A 2-hit attack with invincibility. As Sin leaps up during the attack, it works well against aerial opponents.
Interesting that they would mention it as an anti-air DP. I actually remember, like, they did changes to, like, Soul's DP to try to encourage people to use it as an anti-air, and people don't really do it that much.
Inputting Slash again on hit or block performs a powerful follow-up strike.
So one thing that people were mentioning also was that they were really worried that Sin was going to have like reversal DP into Oki. Okay, so if that shit hits, okay, cool. But unlike his old Hawkbaker, he is launching into the air, and you could see when they like use it in a match and stuff that there's a gap in between the 2 hits. So I don't think it's going to be really like degen like that. And we don't know the frame data on follow-ups yet, so that we have to see. I want to say like as an anti-air, that would be like pretty strong because you could just follow up right away. But as a reversal, I don't think it's anything like the old version of it.
You can use it to hit the opponent if they try to punish you when Sin lands after Hawk Baker.
Wait, so take a look at this, right? So here, first of all, this is like a meme image, but up. You can see for a little bit, Kai exits the block animation before going back in. So there is a window for you to be able to act.
Hoof Stomp.
Ooh, new move.
Sin leaps forward as he performs an overhead attack.
Oh, I like this type of move. Alright, hold on. Because look, the important thing for me about Hoof Stomp is this right here. The airborne property on it. So it's both an overhead and will ideally goes over lows, we don't know when, and thus also beats throws, which is kind of interesting for how you might be able to structure offense. I really like moves like this, you know, like Melia 6H, Yozon Sen, like stuff like that, like applications like that on moves, I always find like really interesting.
As he performs an overhead attack, he can avoid low-hitting attacks and drop.
Yeah, they know.
Inputting slash again on hit or block performs a powerful follow-up strike. The follow-up opens up space between you and the opponent, making it more challenging to punish on block. Elk Hunt.
Classic move.
A sliding lunge attack that hits low. As it covers a lot of distance, it works well as a surprise attack from mid-range. Inputting.
Okay. I was gonna say it doesn't look very advantageous, but it still maintains its low profile property, and it's a low, which is pretty important in this game. There's some characters like so take Nago, right? Like we all know Nago's neutral is really good, but one flaw I'll definitely say he has is his walk speed is not great. So where he is really strong in his ability to kind of explode at you with like Beyblade and Clone and Fukyo DP and all the stuff we're used to, when he's actually repositioning himself, he isn't very mobile, and that's kind of where the strength of his 2S and 5H really shine, because while he's not good at repositioning, by just walking, he's really good at protecting that space. Where there's some characters that are really good at like walking away from you and exploding at you that way too with their dash and run. So characters like Ram, not Sin, the Daddy, Kai, Giovanna, they all have good walk speeds. So having a good low is really important. A good low that reaches far. It's also one of the reasons why people don't like dealing with Nago to us or like Ram to us. So Elk Hunt is a great addition in that way. That not only is it low profile, but it's a far traveling low. I did mention in an older video that these type of moves are generally pretty strong in Guilty Gear because you have to adjust your neutral so much to the move because it travels instantly at you. So things like Dolphin. Elk Hunt, of course. Alpha Bridal Express was really stupid. Like, all moves like that are pretty strong.
The follow-up leaves Sin at an advantage on block.
Uh-oh. Look at this.
Follow
This look familiar? Guard Crush, baby. Best mechanic. Let's go.
Follow-up leaves Sin at an advantage on block, making it a good starting point for your offense.
It's expensive, but looks strong.
Gazelle Step.
That's a cute name for a move.
Sin moves forward quickly. This can be used after certain special moves and their follow-ups. Switch up your timing with this move and keep the opponent on their toes.
I see. So ideally, this move is not going to hit at the same time as the follow-up. The follow-ups, because you know each of the special moves have its own follow-up. But then also you're gonna have to consider the attack level of the special moves, because that's going to be a big part of how much frames you basically have to play with to like mess with people's reactions, try to open people up, things like that. Ah, this is food.
Sin takes out food and eats it.
Okay, so in the IGN, first of all, this character is really memeable, I feel like. But in the IGN presentation, they just said there's random buffs, but it's not important. But let's see if they tell us what the buffs are.
This move has no attack hitbox, but something good happens after Sin eats.
That's some fucking NES shit, bro. Something good happens if you use this attack. They didn't tell us what the move does! Oh my god. Alright, we gotta wait a couple days.
Sin lunges forward quickly as he unleashes an invincible strike. Inputting a direction and heavy slash can change the trajectory up to 2 times. Inputting heavy slash performs a powerful follow-up attack. The follow-up drains the entire tension gauge when it activates.
Alright, so we got some stuff to talk about this. So, if you played Exerd, he has this as well, where he's able to move it around, and they use it for Oki. I will have to actually double check some matches, but I think they can follow up off this. So, in the context of this game, right? So, you have the wall, and the wall is a really big part of the game, both keeping track of how much HP it has, breaking with super, breaking without super by having 50 meter, how much resource you have during it. There's all sorts of aspects of how you want to end your combo by the wall when you break the wall. There is a certain aspect that some characters have, but not all characters have. And my current tournament main, Baiken, has this. So she has Kenju, so that's the gun super. So she has a move. That move, you have the ability to, against somebody who's at the wall, bounce them back towards you and extend the combo. So you get the super damage, and you can extend the combo and break the wall, or not break the wall that way, which is a huge advantage. So in her case, basically in all practical examples, doing a big gun combo will do more damage than doing like some normal big combo into the sword super. And her wall break knockdown is like average, slightly above average. I will not say average, slightly above average. If you want to know why, it's because she can't safe jump DPs with an ID. That's the biggest thing that is a problem for her. So Sin not only maybe gets disadvantage, because, you know, you can move the RTL whatever way you want. So let's say he doesn't have a good post-wall break super situation. He may have the ability to either extend a combo the way Baiken does, or at least be able to break or not break depending on what he wants to do. But then he also has the ability to use more meter on his super to do even more damage. And as we all know, Guilty Gear Strive is a high damage game, so being able to do a lot of damage is very important.
Use this move in combos, or take advantage of the invincibility on startup.
On top of that too is a horizontal traveling super, which as we know is an advantage in this game.
Interrupt the opponent's strings.
God damn, he fucking did reversal RTL and it broke from full screen. And then the other thing about the follow-up, I don't think they mentioned it yet, but on the IGN stream, they said you don't need another 50 meter to do the follow-up. You just need more than 50 meter. So you could have 51 meter and still do the follow-up. It will do more damage depending on how much meter you have, but still, like, it's just accessible like all the time. And low key, I think that kind of shit will come up in matches where like just because he had like 7 extra meter or whatever, he got the extra damage that he needed to like close the game.
Tyrant Barrel. Sin unleashes an attack with a massive shockwave forward. Inputting Punch again performs a powerful follow-up strike. You can delay the timing of the attack by holding Punch, and
this is another one where I think we might get super extensions, by the way. There's a clean hit on it as well, which is kind of cool. They said this doesn't have invincibility on the IGN stream.
Deals additional damage if the follow-up connects with the right timing.
My other question is, because you have to manually do the second hit, so can you just do the first hit and not break the wall? That might open up some combo opportunities as well.
Sin can perform useful follow-up moves by expending his unique...
He has a dive kick!
Stamina gauge. Each follow-up has its own strengths, such as reducing Sin's recovery or lunging forward rapidly. From mid-range...
Wait. So you saw it. He has gold burst into immediately attack you. Boop. And then they did Elk Hunt and just cut it.
Mid-range, you can use his standing far slash and beak driver as pokes. Make good use of Elk Hunt when you want to approach the opponent. Once you're in, you can mix up a blocking opponent with his low attack, forward kick, and overhead, hoof stomp. Sin will be at an advantage when forward kick is blocked.
Oh, he has some plus frames, 6k plus. Alright, so he's got some plus frames also.
On the offense. When you've got max tension, go for huge damage with the follow-up from RTL. Thank you for watching.
Alright, so that's Sin. That's all the info we have for now. He's going to be out on Thursday, so Thanksgiving. Funny enough that the character that eats to get stronger is coming out on Thanksgiving. Calling him a fat ass, I don't know. If you have any questions, as usual, just feel free to leave them in the comment section. So far, I think he's pretty interesting. I definitely would want more info. As usual, I'm going to do like my normal breakdowns for the character. I low-key, so even though I wasn't excited to see him added to the game, I want to try him more than I wanted to try Bridget, which is, I don't really know why. Maybe he fits my playstyle more, I don't know. But we shall see. Like and subscribe if you guys feel like it. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.